One.
4.
5.
5. We're back with Task Team M. We are sadly down a Kit right now. He is struggling with some computer problems, so everyone pray for him. The tech goblins are attacking his computer as we speak. But we are going to be continuing this lovely adventure on our 8th episode. And before we hop into everything, let's give everyone an opportunity to introduce themselves and who they're playing tonight. And if there's any exciting projects or anything on the horizon for you. I don't know what Joe's making a face about, but we'll start with him. Who are you playing, Joe? So,
Listen, you just called them tech goblins, and in my head I was like, he should cast Wall of Fire, because then it would be a firewall, and it would protect us if we're vulnerable to it, is what I'm saying.
PSA, do not bring fire in your computer. Silicon does not like fire.
PSA, don't bring Joe if you don't like puns.
Bring Joe anyway. Puns are good for you. I'm Joe, and I'm playing Victor. He's a cleric, mostly, with a little bit of monk, but he thinks he's a monk with a little bit of cleric. And he's just here to beat criminals and deliver justice and escape the mirror dimension for the second time. How dare you? Puns all. Thank you, Vogtley. And yeah, we're here to do it, and we've got all the resources we need and all the hit points we need, and it's going to be great. But the rest of the time, I'm not on Wednesdays. I'm here Saturdays and often Fridays, though not at the moment. That's loosey-goosey. And every other Saturday, every other Sunday. I know the days of the week. This upcoming Sunday is the every other Sunday in question. Noon Eastern on my channel, My Cosmic God. I'm playing through the Mass Effect trilogy. We're on Mass Effect 2. It's all RNG, all the dialogue options, what missions, in what order, and who goes on them. There's been some spicy decisions. The appearance. If you go back and watch 1 to 2, we decided to keep the random. So there was a major overhaul and a change in class. It's good stuff though. But that's me, and we're done laughing at puns and talking about stuff. So Rev, why don't you talk about some stuff?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Rev, and I'm playing Bumic, a wild sorcerer warlock turtle who also loves to cook and is one of the few people, actually one of the 2 people, who is not in the mirror dimension. So that's going to be fun. I think Foozca's going to kill me tonight, so it'll be fine. But when I'm not here Wednesday nights playing with this lovely crew, I'm on my channel, Rev Eldridge, on Twitch, playing an assortment of video games, everything from shooters to crafters to RPGs. Currently playing through Dragon Age Veilguard and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Those are my 2 primary games right now. And we've had some crazy stuff happen today in Veilguard that we'll hopefully get some resolution on next time. And I'm also the GM of a Pathfinder game every other Monday, where Foozca is a wonderful, wonderful player who plays Cavalli and keeps my party alive for the most part.
Not through heals. Let me just get that out.
Not through heals, through common sense.
Decision making.
It's great. It's wonderful. Yeah, that's me. That's Bumic, and we'll pass it off to. We'll just keep going along the bottom row to Flandy.
I'm the Flandy. I'm playing Holly. He's a sneaky boy. He has the least amount of hit points in this entire crew, and is also not in the mirror dimension. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah. Check out our upcoming events tab thing, recruiting. I don't know what these channels are called. Foos has so many, but she always gets rid of them. But she has so many tabs.
I'm trying to Streamlab them. Streamlab?
She has so many tabs, she doesn't even know if she's trying to Streamlab them or Streamline them.
Oh, God.
But we're going to do a holiday one-shot sometime before Christmas. And it's going to be Humblewood-based. So look out for that.
He's saying we, but the whole point is that Flandy's going to be the DM for that. So if you would like to have Flandy as your DM,
we are all going to be the DM.
We're going to roll together. That's not how it works.
And we're going to decide together.
But if you'd like to have Flandy as your DM for a 1 to 2
the
shot,
only player. Everybody else is DM.
Nenners, you're just going to nat 20 him all night. Just for reference, there was a moment where Flandy was beating Nenner's character's ass like the whole night, and then it was as the DM's turn to hit him again. So he was like, Nenner's, just called his name and then rolled a nat 20 on his next attack. And we were like, sir, you can't call him out and then hit him with a nat 20. It's
He was a
rude.
portal. He
My
had
poor
so
Total.
much gel.
Your
He
total
was
got
fine.
his
He
ass
can read
whooped.
though, and we got to work on that. So maybe next time. Maybe
Man was
build a character
fluent
that can
in
read this time.
4 languages. Couldn't
We
read
couldn't
in
read.
one.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah. Make
apparently
sure-
an
make sure your character read-
illiterate idiot.
My character was
but-
convinced you're an idiot.
Netters, take it away.
I'm Netters. I am playing a completely out of resources artificer, kobold, who's in a mirror dimension, quite literally, and is probably not going to be too happy about it. Rev is definitely dead because I can't heal him, and I can't heal him on account of 2 things. I have no heals, and I'm not on the same plane of existence. So,
I
Rev,
think
it's a
the
pleasure
two with
playing
the
with you.
lowest hit points are the ones who are not in the
Yeah.
dimension.
Yep. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, Saturday I played Foozca campaign, doing Foozcy things, trying to hunt down a dragon, to get my Slacker teammates to do so. It's a bit of a struggle. And then let's see.
We've done nothing but make progress towards Go Hunt the Dragon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, good check if it was me though. Anyway.
I got no defense to that.
Anyway, what else? What are we doing? Yeah, I can't. We're playing some multiplayer
got
games
into
with Friday,
Friday.
but we can't
Talk
talk
about
about
Friday.
it. What about what's
doing on
happening
Friday?
Friday?
We're not doing anything on
What
Friday.
are we doing?
Part two.
Fri-
We're doing it.
We're doing what
What?
Friday?
We're doing Pico Park 2.
Oh, Pico Park 2 Friday.
Oh,
Be there,
okay,
be
they're
square.
doing Pico Park. Yeah.
Yeah. Get in there.
I just got a text from Kit. There's just no signs of life. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh God, I'll have to talk him through in a second. But I think that's it for me. Are we drinking on Friday? What do I need to stock up
Well, you're also
Sure.
going to be recruiting soon again.
for Pico Park? Oh no!
Oh my god. The boys are the worst at advertising themselves. This is rough.
I was like, Chris, if you want in, I mean, you're all, we got a spot for it.
I literally talked to you about it earlier today.
Hey, why are you Pico Park with us? What the hell?
Yeah, if he's right. We probably need a couple more players, 2 to 3 for Wild West Pathfinder, if it comes in.
I thought it was going to be 1 to 2. I'm going 2 and 3.
Well, we're down to what, 2?
We're down to 3. What do you mean 2?
Three?
Why are we down to 2?
I just can't count.
News is
Anyways,
bad, it's mad.
2 to
I
3,
forgot
one
about
to
Joe.
2
We're down to 3.
people.
I'm right here.
Oh my god.
That's like
I don't blame you. He's very forgettable.
Rude.
Yeah, so, I mean, to be fair, I did delete the character by accident the first time, so there's
Oh,
that.
no, that was great.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Anywho, if you're in for some amateur DM action on some Pathfinder shit, hit me up. I got you. I'll probably make a written thing sooner or later before Foos kills me, but yeah, that'll happen. It might not be before Foos kills me. We'll see.
I probably not. Assuming I see you for Thanksgiving, I'll kill you before then. Or
I'm too
after
wily,
that.
Foos. I'm too wily.
All right. Well, I do believe that is all of our cast. Like as mentioned, lovely Kit is doing his best, but we'll see if we're able to get him. Oh, what's up? What's up?
For all you ARPG people, this is for Kit. Freaking, there's a stream going down. I think the 21st, which is tomorrow, for I want to say Path of the Exile 2. Looks fucking dope. I know Kit would absolutely mention this because that's Kit's thing. Kit we'll probably lose Kit for weeks on end. So RIP Kit. But if you're into that, I'm sure someone will be streaming it. I'm not sure if we will. Kit might even, because he's doing it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does that once he gets his computer fixed. And that's it. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, folks. Take it away.
No worries at all. But yeah, that's all right. Fun things on the horizon, and some recruiting stuff that's going to be happening in our Discord. So if you're interested, check that out. And yeah, we'll hop into. Oh yeah, I'm Foos. Hello. I DM this lovely short series, Task Team M, and then I DM as well on the Saturdays for our long series, Difficult Terrain. So I'm excited to get back into this. We had a little bit of time off, and the last time I was here, we were all in costume, so it was a very different vibe than what we have right now, at least visually. But yeah, that's it. I will hop into the recap and then inspirations and such, and then we'll hop back into this lovely adventure. So our lovely Task Team M was sent into this underground, multi-dimensional crime ring to locate a particular individual, which they didn't have the name for, but they didn't have the description for in this space. But they've encountered a few different folks, having fought their way through a couple of encounters, having lost one of their own teammates, Ladlo, to a particular mage of some kind, who seemed to have knocked him out and then left with him. But you were able to meet with 2 tabaxis, one of which was able to mark 2 of you with the seemingly crime ring's symbol, the 2 being Bumic as well as Tahatla. And using these marks, you gain certain benefits, one of which being able to see some of the doors within the hallways that were otherwise invisible to those who were not marked. And also over the pit where the bodies were stored, you were able to walk over this space, although Bumic didn't matter because he dimension doored right over that bitch. And then Tahatla was very curious and cautious, but did make his way across as well. Fighting the people who seem to have been either guarding or just waiting in this space, the team realized they were pretty much out of resources and they certainly needed a break. They also had the opportunity to go into 2 different locations by the Tiefling's information, which was to either head to the arena or head to the experiments. So they were currently on their way to the experiments when they decided to take a long rest. In a very bad luck roll, they instead encountered a mirror assassin who was very curious about the team and didn't seem interested in killing them, but instead it seemed interested in capturing them, and managed to do so for the 3 who were not marked. Our unfortunately Merp, Bert, and Victor are currently stuck inside what looks like a mirror dimension of some kind that initially did show scenes of the space in which they could use that to escape the area. But once it seems the 3rd was placed in here, all the mirrors started to turn black, making it impossible for them to leave. However, they still have a view of where the Mirror Man is walking and their teammates as well. But after capturing the 3, the Mirror Man looked towards the other 2, which is Bumic and Tahatla, kind of nodded down the dark hallway that they were heading and started to walk in that general direction, with their 3 companions stowed away somewhere, and the rest of this team having real bad hit points. The last 2 combined, their hit points are 15. It's not great. So they're a little bit battered and a little tired, but they're still up at the moment, and he's leading you away from this space. But before we hop into that, the funny thing is I don't have to change the inspiration at all because it's the same 2. So Rev, you're back on this bitch. None is you here too. So congratulations.
No, goddamn, stop it. Oh god.
The 2 of you have the inspiration for the night. The ones that expire, the D20s. And with that, and the recap.
Dookie rolls, because that's not game here to do.
If you wanted an inspiration, I'll hit you with a 4 lower, boy.
Hey, Foos, I have a question.
What's up? Okay.
You know how we get birthday inspirations?
Yes.
Do we get one for this too?
Yeah. I think because, my God, it was,
Yeah,
wow, it was so long ago. Yeah. November 4th is not only my brother's birthday, but also Flandy's birthday. So
Hell
the 2
yeah,
of you
son.
also get your D20 inspirations. These do not expire at the end of the session. So if you do not want to use them tonight, you can use them another time. But thank you for reminding me, because it's been a minute.
He's so mad.
It's October 30th the last time we played. It's November 20th. Crazy.
Jeez.
All right, cool. Just in case.
Thank you for reminding me. I fully would have.
I don't know. I'm looking at my
remembered.
character. I'm like, yep, those are out. Well, I'm gonna need a prayer if I actually need to pass something. So,
If I just ask the DM real nice, maybe she'll give me an inspiration.
Honestly, I thought you were going to ask if you could have a D100 instead of a D20, and I was like, well, with the way you roll,
No, I'm not trying to waste
might be
anybody's time
fine.
here, Joe.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
Okay, but yes, thank
yeah,
you
sorry,
for
Fuzz.
that reminder. No apologies necessary at all. But essentially, we're going to be picking up with moments after essentially the kidnapping of these two. The other thing I kind of forgot, is that Tahatla's blind because he failed the radiant burst of light and just you rolled a nat 1 the last Constitution save I asked for you. So you probably actually didn't even see the nod before the creature started walking. But Viewmake, you did get a view of everything, and you can see that your teammate is currently blind. But we'll pick up with the two of you who are outside of the mirror space currently. And you watch as this cloaked creature starts walking into that magical darkness ahead of you.
Well, shit. I turned to look at Tahatla. He was probably looking every which way.
I think he's just like throwing daggers randomly.
Stop that, it's gone. It's gone. It didn't consider us enemies, I think, because of our marks.
That makes sense. I still can't see.
Yeah, I've got nothing to help with that.
Oh god.
I can make you more blind, but
I feel like he's looking the complete wrong way, and he's like, "How did that help?"
Mimic just shrugs, even though Tahatla's blind.
That's up to you. Tahatla, for shits and giggles, hit us with another Constitution save. Let's see if you
You
can.
want to start this night out with the shit roll? Okay, gotcha.
We want to, yeah, let's see. Let's see if you can save out of this. It is higher than your nat 1.
Somebody
Yeah,
was
no,
in double.
Tahatla is thoroughly blind. Still cannot see shit.
Let's walk off into the darkness with our companions.
Should we?
They said something about mirrors. I don't know what happened to them exactly.
Maybe they were lying low.
Maybe.
Maybe they're dead. I could use a nap.
So could I.
I almost had a nap.
We're close. Do you have any idea what that thing was at all? Never seen anything like it.
No.
Like, on one hand, we can't do much without the rest of our team. On the other hand, we can't really go rescue them.
So we should leave.
I mean, personally, I don't think I could find my way back out if you're that easily. There were a lot of doors.
Fuzz.
Oh no, what? I could feel the cheese in your mind. Okay, let me see.
How confident is Tahatla that he can make it back?
Calls general layout of terrain, settlements, and features around you. In addition, you can find food. That's probably less interesting here. Okay, so you have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and can always recall the general layout. I think you'd be pretty confident you'd probably be able to walk your way back out. It's not perfect. The main thing that would probably get you a little bit is that hallway, just because it was so dead straight and there were so many doors.
Yeah.
That that's going to be the toughest part for you. But you're like 17th, 18th door. It's one of those.
I can
And
get
you're
us
hoping to not run
out.
into anyone along the way.
I mean, we have the mark. We're just here. Business.
The mark didn't save Ladlow.
He also attacked first. Otherwise, we can go this way. And he's pointing at the wall because he can't see still. And follow our friends.
I grab his arm and shift it. So he's pointing the right way.
I think I might have to molt to be able to see again. He's probably got another 2 weeks.
Yeah, best of luck for ya.
Sometimes I need help with the eye caps. But now I have little thumbs.
I guess I can follow. You said there was, I believe I remember you saying something about armed guards on the other side.
Yes. I believe they noticed. One did, at least.
One
It
good
did not
stab at
seem
Warburg.
like a fight, more of a conversation.
All right. Guess we follow then. This way. And I'll put a hand on Atla's shoulder.
You know what the best part is? It's probably a few steps into the darkness that his vision comes back, but he's in darkness. He cannot tell. Because it only lasts a minute, so it was probably like just about to fade as you guys made the decision to move on. But Tahatla, you're specifically not blind, but you are blind because you're in darkness at the moment. But the two of you decide to move on. I'm gonna kind of cut for a moment to the two at the moment in the mirror dimension, as our poor Kit cannot join us right now. But within this space, as mentioned, when the mirror man started walking, you watched as the scenery started kind of shifting with you as well. And once you're in the darkness, the mirror shards themselves have turned fully black. But as he walks through the darkness, you notice things kind of dim a little bit, but otherwise you can see through it, no problem. You can hear it a little bit as well. You kind of hear the two other teammates debating for some time, kind of talking. Like, if you're looking in that direction, you see Tahatla just still can't see at all. But eventually, you do see them turn and start walking after. The Mirror Man's pace has slowed quite a bit. It seemed as though perhaps he was waiting for them to follow, and once confirmation was had, that the pace kind of continued. But you still remain in this space, unfortunately.
Are we just sliding along the ground as he walks?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can we touch him?
If you try to, you feel your fingers just kind of breeze right through him. No interaction.
That figures.
Barrier here is thin. We can probably get out.
I have escaped once. When the mirrors are not darkened, you can focus on the images and get back to, well, here, because this is still here, but not here. You can get here, but where you can touch things.
Oh, so what are we still doing? Let's get out of here.
Well, he has darkened the mirrors, or the mirrors have just darkened. I do not know if this individual has done this, but I suspect.
Can he study the mirrors briefly? Just check reflective
Sure.
properties, any kind of distortion.
Investigation check, please.
Investigation.
Mhm. Oh shit! I forgot how good your bonus is on this guy. It's very nice. as you go to study some of the mirrors, are you getting your hands on it, or are you just kind of looking at the moment?
He's going all in because
Okay, yeah.
he just saw him trying to touch the dude, so
Yeah, like we'll just put hands on everything.
Yeah.
No, but you go to reach one of the mirror shards that are kind of floating around you, and you can see that it's still kind of reflecting you as well as your other two teammates that are in here, which is very strange because it's fully black until it kind of reflects one of you three that are in this space. But otherwise, it's not reflecting anything about your environment at all. And there's something about the darkness, the more you look at it, like they all turned black, but there's something almost moving in it. It almost looks like it's kind of swirling black mass, not just a pure darkness, but something else in there.
And they're all like this?
Yes.
He is nonverbal sounds. Would this object count as being non-magical?
With the mirror you're holding?
Yes.
No. You would recognize that this does have some magic influence in it.
Damn. I could have actually done something cool.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I didn't bring any spare mirrors with me. He is.
You don't just carry a mirror in your pocket?
No, I don't. He's just gonna. I could identify it, but I would take 10 minutes, which I assume is going to be longer than the trip. Yeah, he's just going to kind of.
Say you start if you would like to.
No,
see
I'm
if-
done
that's
starting
fine.
things that won't finish in this campaign. He's just going to take a crossbow bolt and fire into one of them, see what happens.
Okay, go ahead. Roll me an attack roll real quick.
Sure.
It ricochets off a dozen mirror shards and shoots you in the ass.
Yeah.
Okay, genuinely, if you got a 1, that's what was going to happen. But you do watch as the first one you shoot it off of just pangs off and immediately redirects, hitting a couple, but they all sound like they're farther away. Like it's just going off into infinite space in this area, and it's just hitting a few other mirrors that you can kind of tell, but thankfully it didn't hit you or any of your teammates, but it's gone.
I'm open to ideas. Do you have anything? You have some weird like kick magic? Anything you can do?
Do I have weird kick magic?
I saw you conjure a whirlwind with martial arts. I don't know what else to call it.
I have some miracles granted me by Xevioso, but it is not kick magic. It is divine.
Divine kick magic? Just divine magic. Divine kicks.
The kick is also divine, and the magic is divine. The magic is not kick magic.
This is like the transitive property, but it doesn't work.
There are some magics that if I were to cast them would make the kick magic, I suppose, but it is not going to help us here.
All right, no, fair enough.
I was able to focus through the mirror to get back, so even without the mirror, I believe in my own willpower. I've meditated long in my life and know that it can take you where you need to go. And since movement does not seem to be an issue, I'm just gonna look at the ground sliding under my feet. And then I'm just gonna sit cross-legged and focus on, be like, yeah, I'm not here. I'm not in this place. I'm in the real world where I can break this stupid mirror's face. And focus on that thought until I manifest it.
Why did that rhyme?
Didn't mean to.
Because you gotta add 5% power because it rhymed.
Power to what?
No question, just add 5%.
Absolutely not.
While he's meditating, Merp's gonna search through his pack and find what basically looks like a nicotine patch, and find like a clear part of his arm and slap it on and cast guidance.
Amazing. While you're here, just hit me with a wisdom check that you do get a guidance for.
Hell yeah.
As you meditate
Just
with a
wisdom.
nicotine patch.
I don't know
just
what
a
I'd be
wisdom
adding
check.
skill wise, but all right.
Okay,
That's not nothing.
awful. No.
17. I'm so wise.
You're so wise. As you sit to meditate, you are kind of encouraged by your teammate. Obviously, as you close your eyes, of course, it gets dark. But you're kind of seeing something that Merp saw just a moment ago, in which it feels like there's movement in it, even from kind of behind your eyelids. The darkness there kind of swirls and moves in just a very strange way. And you feel as though perhaps if you kind of centered yourself, you might be able to glean a little bit more. It almost feels like you're peeking into something, but it's kind of difficult to connect to it. But you just see or find yourself in this strange, whirling darkness.
All right. Well, if I can, I mean, if anybody knows how to center themselves, I'll center the shit out of myself right now.
I'll center the
Peer
shit.
into the darkness and make it blink.
All right. Another wisdom check, please.
That's worse.
Oh. It is, unfortunately. What does it look like as Victor is putting in quite a bit of effort in this meditation for our lovely Merp, who's just... It seemed to have worked initially, but now it's maybe not working as well as you would like.
Merpatine patch is only one time use only.
Merpatine patch.
Oh, no.
You know, because what it was at first was like an actual, like the beginning of meditation, like you breathe out, you let the heart rate slow and breathing deepens, and you're just like, yeah, you have to be nothing to be everything. And now I'm like, I have a target, so I'm focusing on a thing instead of on all things and no things. And so like there's just a weird tenseness to it. There's like some static electricity built up here and there. There's some crackles, and I'm just like trying to like focus on a thing. It's bad. It's bad meditation.
Yeah, Merp, you are treated to a struggling Clonk who's not able to meditate as much as he would prefer at this moment. But,
Maybe I make too much noise. You said just see through it? That doesn't make any sense. And they're all basically... Do I have a mirror on me? No.
I don't think anyone has a mirror, just a casual mirror on them.
I think... Hold on.
Unless it's
Merp's gonna
part
go
of
through his
some
bag.
pack.
And by bag, that means me too.
Oh, okay, you're just gonna go through your shit. All right,
Yeah.
well, I can leave you to kind of rummage through your things for a moment. If you find anything, obviously, let me know.
Oh, I do have something. Okay, yeah. He's gonna just be rummaging through here, just clanging of empty vials and all kinds of other things, almost pricking himself on a needle, but kind of rustles something out. And it's a lantern.
Okay.
He's trying to use the thing to get it going. But I do have a lantern of revealing
Oh.
that I could use.
Mhm,
As he gets it up, it's a bit of oily smoke that's starting to come out of it if oxygen and air still work here.
Mhm.
But he'll hold it up to some of the mirrors, trying to see if there's anything different.
I'm just making sure. Okay. Yeah, as you are kind of holding it around, you are for a moment kind of regretting as you hold it up, as all of the mirrors that were kind of facing in your direction immediately kind of reflect that light back in your direction. So it gets very bright for just a second. But as they kind of shift, as well as you adjust your grasp as well, it doesn't seem to kind of change anything about this area other than it is clearly brighter. And the light doesn't, go super far. It is up to 60 feet for the dim light, but you are seeing what looks like no ends to this space. It's just glass shards as far as you can see, and you seem to be centered on this mirror man.
Can we move the glass shards?
Yeah, they seem to be able to. They almost kind of float in space. So you can kind of manipulate them or move them. And like if you pick one up and then let it go, it'll stay hovering in that space.
If we flip it around, is that reflective as well?
Yes, they seem to be reflective on both sides.
Does the light in here reflect out?
Out through like the other side of it?
Yeah.
No, it does seem to just kind of bounce back.
My professional opinion is that we're fucked.
Why? This is fine. We're being led deeper into lair.
Did you hear the words that came out of your mouth?
Deeper in lair is where mystery person will be. Also many criminals who can be brought to justice.
All right, big guy. I hope you got plenty of that divine magic in there.
Listen, I have some.
Very inspiring. Okay.
I'm not granted it infinite power. It must be replenished. But I do have a reserve. But if you would kick magic, if you would like to call it that, I have much to spare.
Oh, all right.
This
That's
is
good
just
to know.
normal kicking. I should stress it's not magic.
Perfect.
I like you.
Although I guess it does sometimes do lightning. Okay, it is kick magic. It is one type of kick. Well, two types, because it can also do very limited kick magic. I got to 2 types. I was like, shit, I can do 3 different types of.
He's just gonna sit down and pick out some like parchment paper and just start kind of furiously sketching. And if anybody like looks around, you're just gonna see shoes with like capacitors built into them.
Even as I say that, I can do 4 types of damage because I can also do radiant.
Yeah.
But also just normal bludgeoning. I forgot I could just do normal punches.
Yeah. Like some real fuzzy math, some question marks in some places, solve for these variables. Like just...
Oh my god, you're gonna enhance his kick magic. Amazing. While the 2 of you are stuck in the space, we're gonna pull back out to the 2 who are walking through the darkness shortly after the Mirror Man. But Tahatla, this is a space that you saw not too long ago, so as expected, there are some things that still kind of match up according to what you saw previously. This does seem to empty out into a hallway that thankfully does have light, in which that magical darkness kind of stops in what looks almost like a wall, a very sheer plane in which you step through. And immediately what is providing light in this space are stones that seem to be off to the left and right of this pathway. You can notice there seem to be some plant growth here now that you can actually take the time to look at it as opposed to like the quick glance that you got before. But there's plants that are kind of sprouting between these enormous rocks, as well as some water that is kind of sloshing between them as well. But in front, as this hallway kind of empties into another, you see 2 guards in full plate armor and long red capes attached to their backs. But as the Mirror Man starts walking through, they don't seem to turn or acknowledge him in any way. But as the 2 of you walk in, you both see the heads kind of turn in your direction and just kind of watch. The Mirror Man continues walking. Is Tahatla gonna? What's up?
I rolled an amazing roll, and I got to share that with everybody. So Tahatla kind of like I don't think he memorizes exactly where how many slithers it takes to get to the end of the darkness, but I think he has a decent idea enough to be like, towards when he thinks we're about to appear, maybe a little bit before, he's gonna like start like puffing up his chest, like looking like important, like he's here on business. And when he comes out, noticing everybody looks at him, he's gonna give them a second to like prompt him, and if they don't say anything after like, I don't know, 30 seconds, then he'll interact.
They do not seem to say anything to you, but go ahead.
Bumic will just keep walking and pace with the mirror thing. Acting like he belongs.
Yeah. I should be like, just go ahead and give me a performance check with that.
Oh boy. Performance.
I'd
Your
offer to
snaky
help.
boy
but
has
I'm
really,
not very
jeez.
great.
Yeah, I was gonna say your snaky boy has lowered the DC for you pretty dramatically. So yeah, you certainly look like you belong. You're certainly battered, but otherwise, there seems to be no question of it. And it's to the point where Tahali, I will leave you with a moment to interact, of course. But just looking ahead, it's not too much further ahead, but about 30 or 40 feet. There does seem to be a woman, the third figure that seemed to have caught Tahatla's movement the first time he got like the part of his eye through that darkness. But a brunette woman who just seems a little bit shorter than usual, but otherwise looks perhaps human of some kind, in a white dress, kind of looking over everybody. And she seems rather young and kind of almost has an excited expression on her face as you kind of walk into this space. But she's going to wait because Tahatla is perhaps going to interact with one of these guards. So what's up, man?
Tahatla's also like doing the walking through, like he's not necessarily addressing the guards. He's going for the lady in the dress because she seems important.
Okay.
And I feel like he's like goes to start to talk, and then he holds on to it and he's like, maybe I should wait.
Okay. But as the two of you walk through, the head of the guards turn to watch you at all times, it seems. I would say that after walking past the first one, you would absolutely notice that they seem to only be looking at Tahatla now. Bumic does not seem to have any of the attention of the guards after his, I walk in here like I own the place, seems to work. You see the mirror man stops in front of this woman who just looks over the two of you and, where did you say you found them? All right, I guess. Hi, I don't think you're supposed to be here, but that'll kind of be taken care of anyway.
We come with gifts.
Oh, do you?
And he gestures to the mirror man.
We were supposed to be bringing some prisoners, but a Goliath got out of hand.
Oh, really? Oh, is that the... You see her kind of looking at the mirror man for a second. Ah, that one. Boy, he seems a lot better than you guys. You definitely lost that fight, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Like I said,
that's the right word.
Okay, cool. You are gonna have to have a chat real quick and stuff. Anyway, you can lead them in now. You see her kind of speaking to the mirror man again, who gives us a quick nod. You're gonna say something?
We were hoping to trade.
Trade what?
Those three. For one.
For one what?
We have a contact
You have a contact.
who's paid us finally for someone.
Okay. Yeah, all right, sounds good. You can just go talk to her. She'll figure it out, I guess.
Okay.
Bye.
And he goes off in whatever direction it is.
You watch as the mirror man makes a left, and you see that this is kind of like a tight hallway, and there are numerous doors going down it as well. But unlike that endless hallway you were in before, it seems to go for like 50 feet or so before it seems to kind of veer off in some direction. But you don't get very far as he turns in the very first door that's there. And as he opens the door here, you're immediately kind of blasted with a bit of cool air that comes out from here. It does feel pretty dry, but there's something about it that's a little refreshing as well. You can kind of hear what almost sounds like the crackling of ice in this space as well. And as you walk into this area, you can see that there's just fully stone in this space, not a seat or a bench or any kind of furniture here, but there's an intricate sort of lattice work along the floor in the very center that looks like it's got some kind of almost like a mist rising from it. And it looks as though perhaps there's some ice or some kind of maybe frozen water underneath it. It looks similar to the water that you saw when you were first walking in past those stones. But importantly, there do seem to be a few figures in this space. One of which does look like a very familiar older woman in black robes, who seems to be in the center of the room, kind of turning to address whoever is stepping inside. On the left, you see a woman who looks to mostly be kind of orange and purple. And initially, it looks like she's wearing a dress, but the more you're looking at her, the more you realize she seems to be fully made of some kind of fungus. And what looks like it's in the shape of a dress is simply just parts of her that is growing out in the vague shape of a dress instead. And you can see there seem to be kind of spores that are floating around her in this space as well.
How long was it before we walked in here?
Between the girl and the door, or in general? Yeah. Oh, it was like 20 feet or so. It was real quick, like a couple paces.
Tatla would have tried to like whisper to Bumic as we were leaving. I believe he remembered you speaking Abyssal or Infernal or something like that.
So Rev's checking his sheet real quick. Give him a second.
Neither.
Neither.
Was it Draconic? Is that what it was then?
He speaks rock.
I speak Primordial.
Primordial. Okay. I remember it was one of them. I couldn't remember which one it was. So he'll just speak in common, then he was like, "I think you should take the lead this time."
I'll give it my best.
He's just gonna pat you on the back.
Oh my god, this episode, fungal negotiations. I really like that, actually. That's hilarious. But you see those two figures, and there's one in the dead center of this room, kind of in this, like standing over the lattice work and the ice that seems to be beneath some sort of glass, who looks like essentially a giant humanoid owl. With brown feathers and kind of white speckled feathers underneath for the bottom part of his face, and seems to be kind of wearing a rather ornate robe. And you can see in one of his hands, he has a book outstretched and opened, and seems to just kind of curiously look in your direction. There are two other people in this room that, of the three that were first described, these two seem as though they perhaps just came in as well. There seems to be a man of what looks like high esteem of some kind, armor that is clearly meant for perhaps some kind of ceremony, but clearly not meant for combat, as well as what looks to be almost like a bodyguard, someone who's standing next to him rather close and seem to have come in the center of some kind of conversation as everyone stops almost mid-sentence to turn and face the technically three who have arrived, as it is only Bumic, Tahatla, and the Mirror Man. But you see as the white-haired woman turns to address you first. Oh, I did think I was going to see you later on, but here you are. All right, and you see her turn towards the two who look like they came in not too soon before you. We'll continue this later, if you don't mind. I have a couple things to wrap up. In which you watch as they kind of sheepishly nod and exit the room, leaving you with the owl and the fungus woman and the other lady who took your companion. Hold on. Oh, geez. Sorry, my map did something goofy. But hopefully you can kind of see where you guys are now. If it works. Okay. This is a large map and I forgot about that. Pardon me. But yes, you find yourselves here. Let me just really quick.
Is this the fungal lady on a perhaps floating party barge in the
You
astral
don't
plane
know
at that point?
party barge is, I love that term so much, but you don't know.
Lady got memories.
Party barge? What do you mean? But you guys find yourselves here in this space for a moment. And as the old lady looks past the Mirror Man and looks over Bumic and Tahatla,
Is that what's her name too? Where did she come from? What's she doing here?
Just stir. Flaney's bringing in past
She's part of this.
knowledge.
I'm trying not to, but they're all their brain.
No, sometimes it's hard. I understand. But you see her looking over the two of you very curiously. I honestly figured that you would leave after I took your friend. But here you are.
What friend? Oh.
Amazing. Carry on.
We're not big on leaving people behind. The two glance at Hotla.
Very believable. But looks over you guys again. Well, you look like you've had the worst of this place, to be honest, but maybe that's because you're new? Now, I guess we can just kind of get to the bottom of things, right? Who marked you and when?
Totla's waiting for cues. If you're given the cue of stumbling and like, Tahatla will try to jump in, but he's trying to wait.
Yeah, it was done by some sort of invisible ghost thing.
Deception check.
Not entirely false.
Planty, you and your... Planty's like, if there's even 1% truth, I should be able to use persuasion.
I'm just saying, consider that in your DC. That's 100% true for Landlow.
Oh my god, amazing. But looking over... Okay, so I guess I should rephrase this. You see her looking at the mirror man and kind of snap her fingers for a second, and the mirror's head turns to the side, and you watch as all three of your companions come tumbling out of the mirror's face into the center of this room. But Merp and Victor and Bert, you guys find yourself sprawled out on the floor of this sort of icy
Murph
ground.
furiously trying to catch the paper that's now floating down. Ah, my sides!
So we're not placed where we were in the mirror version of the room?
No, you are placed right beside the mirror.
I was definitely like tiptoeing up to attack this woman that I probably wasn't gonna be able to touch. It was my next question. I am now just
As
like
they,
ass over tea kettle.
as they pop out, Tahatla will be like,
I don't. It super cut you off. Sorry. Say that one more time.
Oh. He said, "Oh, those people."
What do you mean, those people? Are we shooting?
I wouldn't suggest it.
I got plenty for all of you.
You can put that down.
I think we're a little outgunned here.
There are only 4 of them.
That's
He's
one
got
thing
kick
which I
magic.
have.
Yes, lots of kick magic. We got this.
I'll ask one more time. And this time, try not to lie.
Tahatla, go stab her quick. What are you doing?
You see this like, there's an exclamation point over his head just flashing like doo 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 doo.
You have 4 hit points. I feel like it's the check engine light. It's real bad. Stares. Doesn't seem offended or even affected by anything that your little kobold friend is saying, but a second time. And now that we have more participants, perhaps they are willing to not get yourselves in trouble. Who marked you and when?
I was on some sort of ghost thing while we were here.
I am not marked. So never and no one.
It was
Fresh frustratingly true.
Tabaxi. You must
The-
know.
Could you give me a few more details on this tabaxi?
Oh boy. Have I seen a lot of tabaxis?
I've seen a few, sure.
He's going to try and give like a 40-60 solution, 40% true, 60% made up.
Please tell me what that sounds like.
It was gray fur, big scar over left eye. You can't miss it. His paws were backwards. No, I'm kidding.
Paws were backwards, jeez. Give me a deception check.
Oh, I did not spec in the deception. Oh boy.
Oh no, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I remember
I'm
this
looking at
coming
my
up
sheet. Get out of here. This is
No,
sacred
remember-
space.
I'm not even looking at your sheet. Get out of my room, Foos. So I'm technically not. Can you give inspiration? Kit, you know what? Considering your situation, Jesus. Yeah, I'll let you give some inspirations because this. I feel bad because your computer's being.
Give it to
crap,
poor Foos.
so-
She's outnumbered.
I am outnumbered. It's rough. It's rough out here.
Oh, I burnt that birthday inspiration and it worked.
Oh, that was a birthday inspiration.
Yo.
Oh, shit. Very nice. Wow.
That counted the
All
death
right. It does. It does. If you get an
Oh, shit, does it really?
inspiration, yeah, it does. Do you know how many times it's happened? Like, I think once we ever started streaming. You guys just do not roll nat 20s on the inspirations.
Oh man.
Blandy, you just got another nat 20, or not 20, a D20 inspiration to replace your birthday one from Kit. But you see her eyes just narrow on you, just studying every part of you, seemingly in disbelief initially, and then you see her face kind of soften for a moment. It's possible I don't know exactly who it was, but we'll take a look. At the very least, we'll round up all the tabaxis we know. We'll find out who it was.
No,
That
they all
being
look the
said-
same.
I don't believe any of you have gone through the proper rituals, perhaps? An abrupt marking, it seems?
Ladlo was trying to learn. He was gonna teach us. That's why he was pushing that button so many times.
Deception again. Oh no. Oh god, I just bopped it. Sorry about that. How is it the same fucking number? What the hell? Okay. Amazing. Again, you see some of the incredulous expression return. All right. Well, I suppose we'll
Maybe
just
he
see
didn't
if
know
we
it.
can.
He just did. The bullshit like response to like soften the lie.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we can do it a different way, if you don't mind. And you see her turn towards the woman who is just mostly fungus at this point, who just turns in your direction, and with the hand that is extended, you see a few spores in the palms of her hand, just kind of floating, and just blows it over
Don't breathe,
the
don't breathe, don't breathe.
team. I need an intelligence
I hold my
saving
breath.
throw from everyone. It's not a breath thing, unfortunately. Intelligence
Spores
saving
already in my
throw
lungs. How
from
they
everyone,
affecting me,
please.
Foos?
I'm
How's that
imagining
work?
this isn't a spell either. This is an ability.
It is not a. Yes, it is an
This
ability.
isn't use spells.
Is it poison?
You can delete that from your sheet,
I
my
have
friend.
these. No, hello. She got counterspelled the very first time she showed up. So absolutely do use spells. And you guys whopped my wizard so hard I didn't get to use shit.
All I know is he had two different characters with advantage against spells. I've yet to hear him
Yeah.
be able to use it.
He's also
is
not
that-
in range of them. Okay, good.
I'm
sorry.
in kick magic aura, right? I'm good. How much is that?
There's no aura. That's,
I mean, the aura is a 5-foot reach. You
I
can
mean,
be kicked right
Magic.
now.
Let's go, Knitters. Kicking that magic.
Oh man.
29. Oh god.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
Cool.
Intelligence saving throw?
Yes.
I just imagine I built in like a N95 filter into my
This is my second highest save,
into
by the
my
way.
collar, so I'm like,
Oh my god. Everything's fine. Nice. No! Kit, I know you're in chat. Do me a favor, roll a d20 for yourself, and I'll add, I think it's actually subtract your intelligence. If you don't remember, in case it's dice space and then the numbers, so dice space 20 should do it. I rolled a 3. It's a good thing I'm not rolling for you. But yeah, Kit, when you get a chance, roll for yourself. And let me double check.
Linners
Okay,
did get a regular a D4 inspiration.
He did.
Hold
Kit,
on.
You have a -1, so that's a 1 for
Oh no.
Flash of genius. Okay, who are you flashing?
Hey, first off, I've already reflavored it to Burtnall.
I'm just reading it. That's true. It is Burtnall. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But also, Rev did use his inspiration on his, so he has a 26 right
Listen,
now.
my 8 could be a 13.
Oh,
and
you
maybe
have a
that's
27.
enough.
Never mind.
Yeah.
You have a 13.
That's what I was gonna say.
With your 5, I wouldn't waste it.
Oh, I thought you had a 13 prior to the 5. I was like, I only see an 8, but I don't know what magic you got.
Oh God, incredible.
All right, never mind then.
No problem. Amazingly, Tahatla, Bumik, and Merp, you for a moment feel the spores kind of waft in your direction. And I think most of you, especially after Merp's warning, do kind of hold your breath. But you realize it wasn't really about inhaling. You watch as the spores kind of stick to your, all 3 of you are scaly, it's literally scales, stick to your scales a little bit and just kind of adhere. And it looks like there's an attempt to kind of spread against your skin, like the surface of your scales. But it doesn't seem, it feels as though you're kind of resisting whatever is happening. So as they kind of seem to blow in your direction, they kind of flake off slowly. And you feel for just a moment as though something was perhaps attempting to connect in some way, but you do manage to resist it.
That's why you gotta stay oily, boys.
Unfortunately, the skin boys
I'm freshly malted.
very much seems to stick and adhere and start to spread. For both Victor and Bert, for a moment, it is extremely overwhelming as suddenly numerous voices enter your mind at the same time. They don't seem to be talking to you, but instead they seem to be just kind of carrying on conversations of their own, perhaps, and you're just suddenly privy to all of them. And the more you're kind of in this space, the more you're realizing they're not necessarily conversations, but they're just thoughts. They're what seems to be thoughts of others in certain spaces, or those who wish to perhaps broadcast, you're not entirely sure. But as this happens, you all watch as the woman who did spread the spores looks very focused on the 2 of you. At this moment, Victor, what do you think he is thinking of? Besides, this is
there
weird.
are other voices in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It is immediately, he's like, all right, you won't be in my head. I know how to combat mind magic. I don't. I'm bad at intelligence. But the answer is just hard focus, stare back, and just litanies to Zevios. It's like, all right, fine, you want me a brain? Cool, let's pray. You know whose brain you're not getting into? God's. That's whose brain you're not getting into.
As you start to
form with me, bitch. You got nothing.
As you start to think this, you watch as the woman, the fungus woman, continues to watch over you. Her eyes are just kind of fully orange. There doesn't seem to be any iris or any differentiation there, but she's very much looking in your direction. And as you continue, you see her turn towards the white-haired woman. We could attack the church, the temple he comes from. We found some important people who might be willing to pay a visit. To which you see the white-haired woman. All right, we can get started with that, or at least for a distraction, I suppose. So, we're going to find out who this Tabaxi is. We're going to find out a little bit more about you, although you're not really marked, which is fine, I guess. In the meantime, I suppose it's about time we make some revenue off you. Hope you enjoy the prisons, and then we'll see you in the arena shortly. And then, once we find some of your temple mates, we'll bring them to you as well. We can all have a chat.
When I kill your fungus friend, I want you to know I'm going to make a lot of potions out of her goofy head.
Atlas is just gonna wave at those 3 and like, have fun.
Please hit me with with an intimidation roll because that's amazing. I know your charisma's not good, but that was amazing.
Intimidation.
Holy shit!
Nanners, what the fuck, sir? This is not the first green 17 you've given me on this adventure.
Green 17.
Insane! As you say that, you can see that the white-haired woman doesn't seem to react all that much. There seems to be kind of like a steely expression. But for just a moment, the fungus woman takes a step back and seems to kind of need a moment to recompose herself. All right, well, enjoy your trip and enjoy yourselves. I'll see all of you another time. As interesting as this has been. And at that moment, you see as the mirror man kind of turns and uses his sword to point towards the door, to which, once again, the woman kind of fills in the gaps. And by the way, you can walk on your own, or he can make sure you get there.
He just looks at the monk like, what are we doing?
Are we swinging?
I wanted to fight this whole time, but nobody wants to go with me, so
Okay.
I'm not taking the initiative here.
You do have the second most hit points.
Evaluating the squad I've got, clearly I'd be fine in this fight. But I also know, I mean, they threatened the church, but what? They're gonna go fight a whole bunch of warrior monks with god magic? Good fucking luck. And I need to get to a prisoner. So they're just taking me where I need to go? Fucking bet. All right. I'll go where I'm pointed.
All right.
I'll come back for her later. I got time.
Okay.
I got
Fungus one's mine.
time.
Just remember that. When donate her body to me, I'll put it to good use.
Was she talking to just those three, or was she talking to all five of us?
All five of you.
Damn it.
Should have stabbed the as he walks by Talis, like, should have stabbed her when you had the chance.
Merp talking mad shit this whole time. It sounds like I'm fucking ready. Just talk shit. Amazing. But assuming you all agree to start walking.
I think the Hotla's gonna try to lead the way.
Sure. Yeah. You immediately step out and see the brunette woman kind of greet you as you come back out. So how did it go?
Swimming.
I had a feeling.
You wanna come with?
No.
He'll turn around and walk whichever way she's not.
And so you just like shrug and like wave you off, kind of like get out of here. But in general, you are led down the way you came, through the darkness once again. The Mirror Man's stony footsteps kind of echoing behind you each step of the way, and you find yourselves led a decent amount of the way back the way you came, back into that super long hallway with those many doors. But walking over the where you once were with the bodies of the skeletons at the bottom, you do see for just a second that the Mirror Man seems to kind of almost like as if it were a spell, some somatic component, but it doesn't seem to be a spell specifically. But at that are you
Ignore
casting
that.
spells?
Ignore that. Ignore that. I have
Okay.
no,
I was like, are you fairy firing right now?
no.
I mean, it
Okay.
went from 4-on-5 to 1-on-5, and he's vulnerable to one of my 4 punching damages. Let's kick his ass.
Needs to hit you once, and you need to pass a wisdom save
To be
not
fair,
go back into the mirror.
Between the hit points of all of us, it's really a 2.5 on 5, maybe, or 2.5 on 1.
Yeah, but again, I do double damage.
That's where the half is.
Oh my god, the fucking scheming of this is amazing. But for a moment, activates what seems to be that platform for the other 3 to walk over that pit without having to worry about it. But continues to lead you back into the hallway that is rather long. But from there, turns down a different hallway, one that does seem to be a little bit. What's up? You almost look like you're about to sneeze, but I know you're. What's up?
Can Tahatla study the arm movement or the somatic component he did?
Oh boy, you were ahead of him, so I don't know because you said you were leading the team and he's in the back,
Yeah.
so I feel like you have.
I imagine there'd be a little
Ooh.
curiosity of like how the other guys are doing it. Like, is he gonna put him in the mirror thing?
I was gonna say it's at disadvantage, but it is normally anyway because you are exhausted. But yeah, hit me with a perception check.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I forgot I was at disadvantage.
Yeah,
your
you're
dude with
exhausted.
Rev already has kind of drew out.
I feel like any interaction with Tahatla has just caused Rev stress.
You said, what was it? I'm sorry.
Perception. It's okay.
You sure it wasn't stealth?
Yeah, you can't
I
discern
mean, you suck at that
hand
too.
movements.
Let's be honest.
You.
I don't suck at it. I just have disadvantage.
Very good rolls for a disadvantage. Let's go. But as you see it for a moment, you're not entirely sure, but it looked like it was almost like tracing something, as opposed to like when someone casts a spell, it feels more like it's a practice movement, that they're going through. There was a stiltedness to the way he did this, and you're not sure if maybe that's just because he's a rock mirror person, whatever the hell he is, or because of some other input for this information. But it does seem to be vaguely in almost sort of up and down movement, almost wavy in a way.
I feel like Tahatla's just gonna practice that as we're walking.
Like wave his finger around as he's walking back. But out of this place into the hallway and through another more ornate looking hallway as he motions for you to use a particular door. As you step into this one, there do seem to be some kind of shelving with numerous books and tomes here, but as you kind of make your way towards the end, there does seem to be what looks like an iron door of some kind. And as you step through that, two other doors from here, one towards the left and one towards the right. And from here, you're starting to hear some kind of noise, what almost sounds like the cheering ruckus, but also kind of roars or screeches. There are some strange, almost monstrous noises as well. But you continue going in this space, and as you walk into this next space, I don't think, unfortunately, Tahatla, you wouldn't know to look, so you wouldn't be able to check this out. But anyone who is near would kind of hear the flexing of the stone of his body, and as he does seem to do something behind each one of you. It seems as though, with the exception of our two marked boys, the rest of you watch as your vision seems to kind of almost blur in a way. You can still see, but things are just a little bit harder to focus on. But Tahatla and Bumik, you remain focused as you walk through, as you are brought into what seems to be a very large and long hallway that kind of curls around. And you walk by many different stone doors that are fully sealed, with a few slots to seemingly peer into them. But due to the nature of the height of them and also the way the doors are, you would need to kind of get up all the way up to the door to be able to see into any of them. There doesn't seem to be much light down here, but there does seem to be sort of like a dim light in this area. But leading you around this almost like spiral of an environment, you are each put into a separate cell, all beside each other in one long line. Each of which the mirror man closes the door to each of you. Oh, give me 1 second. I have the map and I forgot where it was because I have too many maps.
Too many maps.
I do. But as you are put into this space, there is a moment where, as he is closing the doors on each one of you, that he is also reaching for any weapons you may have, any bags you may have. You are stripped of your items as he closes the door on each one of you as well.
Can I try sleight of hand a few vials?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to try, go for it.
Let's see. Yes.
Nope.
Can-
There's an attempt, and you feel the stony hand grab at your forearm, just harder than you were anticipating, and it almost feels like almost like there's no sense of kind of control in the hand, as if everything that this creature does is at 100%. Like it can't kind of measure how hard it should grab someone, and when it does, it hurts for just a moment, and then releases your hand to ensure that you do not sleight of hand such said object.
Your articulation is
Item.
poor.
Did you say your articulation is poor?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I heard that right. There doesn't seem to be a response as he takes Anna.
Does he take my lantern?
It's attached to you, right? Or no?
It's when the pole is attached to me. It's hanging from it. It's
Oh yes, to unhook it, he would unhook the lantern.
okay. As when he hooks the lantern, and he's turning to close the door, I
Mhm.
disappear into the lantern.
Oh, very cool. Okay, when he takes your stuff, he seems to be slipping them into some kind of pocket dimension within his cloak. As you're slipping into your lantern, does it need to be on the same plane as you?
Just as an action, I disappear into the lantern, into the extra-dimensional space of the lantern.
Okay. I think this
Oh
is
well,
super
that lantern
cool.
goes in there and it blows up because that's a dimensional pocket.
Dimension in a
pocket.
dimension. you go fuck some shit up.
Bag of holding rules.
Mhm. Just give me a flat luck roll for this. So it would be just a d20 to see how smoothly this goes. That's on the not good side. I would say you are so ready to use this ability, and the moment you kind of feel your connection with it as if you are about to trail back into it, but the moment you go to kind of reach for that lantern and kind of find that space that you know you're safe in, at least, you recognize that it's just not accessible at the moment. Wherever he put it seems to have either rendered it inert or disconnected it from you for just the moment. Unfortunately, it does not work. I had that DC not too high. That makes me so sad, but that was very cool at the same time. But
Does he take things we're
okay.
wearing?
If you are wearing armor, no. If you are wearing like a magic belt, yes, something like that he would take. But armor itself, you are still wearing.
Okay, well, I don't have armor. I have a magic belt.
Okay, yep.
I wanted that.
I'm sorry. I literally described what you didn't want to hear. Correct.
Does he take my hand
your
wraps?
belt.
I assume yes, but just checking.
No, I don't think he would take your hand wraps. Those would stay.
Depending on whether or not he can tell they're magical.
Exactly, yeah. He would, no pants, time you strip naked and put into these cells. No. Not the case.
All right.
So, okay.
Who's for Tahatla?
Yes.
Can he, as he's like seeing other people getting their shit taken from him, can he like try to slide ahead and drop his thieves Swiss Army
Tool?
thief kit tool
Go ahead
thing
and
underneath him, and he wants to try and flourish a couple like distractions as he's doing it, and like as he's taking off his cloak, he's gonna like summon daggers and like keep handing him daggers to kind of like fuck with him and hopefully
Okay.
throw him off his trail.
Sure. This is sleight of hand.
Come on.
Again, you kind of get more or less the MERP treatment, in which as you go to drop it, before it leaves your hand, you feel him just kind of catch yours with the tools in it, and then just kind of pry them from your grasp and slip them into his cloak.
Oh, come on. I have the mark.
Stares at you wordlessly, and even while he's staring at you, despite the fact that his face is a mirror, you don't see your face reflected back at you. It looks like it's just kind of looking through you, and you can see the space behind you, but just stares at you eerily, waiting for you to hand him the rest of your things.
He does have 2 kits. Could he try again, or is like the gig
Oh
up?
my god, this is jig is up. I was gonna give you like triple disadvantage, but I was like, no, I just don't think it's gonna. Because that would be hilarious. But no. Unfortunately, yeah, you are.
I feel like he tries it again and he just grabs it. Like,
Yeah, he grabs it and sort of like slaps you on the back of the head for a moment. Just get in the damn thing. But you are all put into various cells, separated from each other, but only by walls and doors, at least, before you hear the stony footsteps of this creature leaving this prison.
I
And
try
with
to
you
pay
guys,
attention to what direction he leaves.
it was a spiral. There was only one direction to go in, so he's coming
Okay.
the way you guys came in, from what you witnessed, at least on the way in. But with that, I think this whole time I was talking about it, I didn't even move you guys to the map. Sick! Okay, but we'll take our break here. We'll take our 10-minute break. It's 9:01, so I'm just going to round to 9:10. So we'll take a 9-minute break-ish and be back to figure out what they're going to do in jail. So, join us after we come back. We'll take a quick break, stretch your legs and stuff. We'll be back. Bye!
5.
Means we're
5
live.
means we're live. We're
Guadalupe.
back. And I lost track of time and immediately was like, oh, suddenly we should be back, but here we are. Thank you. Also, hi, Codpiece. How you doing? Hope you're having a good night. It's always funny to say because then it makes a funny reaction. That's his name!
I hope you're having a good night.
Listen, if a copy time is involved, everyone's having a good time.
Oh, man.
Anyway, we are catching up with our team who had just gone interrogated a little bit and then immediately thrown into prison. Most of their magic items being taken. The only things that were not are armor sets, essentially, but otherwise your items have been taken from you. You are in a cell on your own after being led here by the Mirror Man. So in this space, you can still kind of hear each other and hear the vague noises that are going on outside. There is what seems to be an iron door that is keeping you locked into this space, and there is a small sort of viewport towards the top of it. It does seem to be a little bit taller than the average bear, but likely around like 6 feet or so. So those of you who are smaller or shorter may have to strain a little to see through it, but you find yourself locked up at the moment in your own individual cells.
Locked up. Fools won't let us.
Well, like
out.
we can't see each other.
No, exactly. You are. Time to look up material spell components, right? Just cannot cast a spell with some handful of dirt. But you notice that you kind of have what looks like the makings of some shitty bedding in that space, but otherwise certainly not a space of comfort. And while you are here, unfortunately, Bert is not. The player is still distracted, or not distracted, but held up by tech issues. But Victor, while you are still in this space, you're still getting inundated with voices and thoughts and such. It's a little bit hard for you to kind of focus on everything that someone near you who might be speaking, just because you are still kind of feeling whatever spore treatment happened running through your mind at the moment.
Rude. It's a long range for some magic that isn't a spell.
It is. Are the blankets made with wool? No. They're made with too old cotton.
Do we see anybody across from us?
If you go to peer outside of your tail would kind of help you out here. You can give yourself a good boost and see right out of that thing, no problem. But from your angle, you see that there's a door that it looks different than the cell doors directly across from you. It looks like it may lead outside somewhere, but you're not entirely sure what's going on there. But from your angle, you can see that there's maybe one other door on the wall opposite of you, but it's quite a distance down. You can't get a good view of who or what's in there.
I think the Hotler's just gonna shout, "Is there anybody else locked up in here?"
Persuasion check, actually. This is more, not necessarily no one's gonna respond, but just to see how many do.
God damn it, Foos.
You'll be fine.
Now it's my turn to be knitted. You summoned my
Like I
trap card. Knitted, you're the worst.
You're gonna make me roll
list.
for my decision?
Foos, you're the worst.
Nether's got collateral damage.
I
Amazing.
definitely cut a
I
straight
got
up.
These are good. These are good.
100%.
Perhaps to Tahatla's surprise, but as you say this out loud, numerous voices seem to kind of answer, kind of overlapping in a way. And most of them just seem to be, yeah, yep, how long you been here? It's just kind of vague, like, responses that seem to erupt from this space.
How long until they collect us next?
You hear one voice in particular that kind of rises above the others. That kind of depends on when next you're scheduled, I guess.
We're new.
Oh, then you're probably going to be busy soon.
Fuck.
I don't know. Sometimes it's fun. You get to stretch your legs a little bit.
What's this door made of?
Iron?
What's
And the
the
walls are stone,
Yes.
and the floor is stone or dirt.
Correct. Stone.
Is there anything in my cell that can be used in any way? I'm exceptionally creative.
Why do I see poison spray? Okay. Why poison spray on the lock? It's poison, Flandy. It's not acid. It's not gonna do anything.
Listen,
Poison that door.
I'm dumb if I don't try, alright?
The hemotoxin was not effective on the iron bar.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like Merp, you would just hear the wet splash of poison on the door, and actually Bumic would too. But unfortunately, I love it. It would be more lovely if it hissed, but it does not affect the lock at all.
Hey, do you have acid spit?
No.
Bumic's eyes are gonna go gray, and I am going to be able to see through all the walls for 30 feet.
Very cool. That's awesome. All right, 30 feet. It's a radius from you. I'm just gonna draw a quick circle so I can. 30 feet. Okay, let's see. So about that. All right. So you would be able to ghostly gaze. Are you doing the cheese? Yep, you're doing the cheese.
Let's get the cheese in here. Come on.
A little bit of cheese. You would essentially confirm the order of your boys right now. You would absolutely see each one of them beside you at the moment. In the rooms that are directly across from you, I'm just going to use my arrows as well. Hold on a second. But it's still on circle, so I'm trying not to circle your life out. Yeah, like that. Flandy, get out of here with your big circle. From what you can square. From what you can see directly across from you, in this space as well as this, these seem to be storage rooms of some kind. You can see what looks to be like the remnants of food, perhaps being prepared in these spaces, but otherwise they don't seem to be prisons particular. In this direction, you do see a cell that seems to house about 3 or 4 people in them, one of which seems to be a pale-looking elven woman who's standing up and seems to be the one who was responding at the moment, and kind of looking out her peephole right now. But that's more or less as far as you get on this in this direction. Towards the right, you see that on this side there is another cell that seems to be large enough to have about 3 or 4, but only seems to have 2. You see one of them seems to be seated and wearing very dark clothing at the moment, and just kind of has his head down, but seems to be listening at the very least. And a little bit further than that, and there's also a human in there as well, who's also leaning against the wall. There is a much smaller cell in this one, and you can see there seems to be what looks to be like a half-elf of some kind, who seems to be one of the few prisoners that is actually shackled in some way. A lot of these cells, even the ones that you have, the ones that you're in, seem to have shackles that are kind of loosely attached to the wall, but none of you are shackled in. This man seems to be. But that's what you get to glean in your once over. Oh, you would also recognize that this, sorry. This seems to be some sort of like open dirt way, like path, but you don't see where it kind of leads to. And the same beside you as well. But go right ahead, sorry. The shackled man, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Shackled man, yeah.
I broke your whole brain.
Does he match the description of someone that we are looking for?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
No. I was about to say, like, maybe it's not. No. In no ways does it seem to match the description.
Okay.
Can I tell the hallway only goes one direction outside my door? Like there's a wall directly to my left if I look out the door?
If you look out the door, you would see that there is a door directly to your left, but yes, you would be able to see that it seems to end in that cell.
Another cell door?
Yes.
So it likely doesn't carry on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ritual cast silence.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Sounds
center
good.
it over this way.
Okay, hold on. Let me get one of your domes out again so that we can just have a visual for it. Thank you. As it takes forever. How big is the silence again? 20
20-foot
feet?
radius.
Flandy, give me a radius, man. Hurry up. That's your job.
Sorry, I'm still on square. Ah!
Hurry up! Hurry up! Thank you, sir. Roughly that, I think. Okay, and then we're putting it like here-ish?
Just down the hall. It's not super important. The important thing is that if sound is going to echo, it's going to echo that away down the hall, and it can't pass through that sphere.
Gotcha.
So I'm confident enough I can be loud.
Okay.
The iron door is going to take too long, so I'm going to focus on the stone wall next to me, going towards... assuming I can intuit that I want to actually go towards Bert,
Yeah.
then I'm going to start just striking that wall with thunder damage. Because I can just do that with my hands.
You can. Sure.
And now the sound hopefully is contained. So I'm just going to do that for a minute and see if I start making some headway.
All right, so I'm gonna have you punch in the wall. Bert, unfortunately, I feel like he'd probably punch a wall as well, but his player is not here. I'm gonna move down the line, essentially. Merp, is there anything you are attempting to do in the meantime?
He's searching the floor for anything that he could fashion into tools.
You also just can't hear anything.
That's true, yeah.
That's the second time you've been trapped in my silence.
It's that kick magic again, but no voice comes out.
Yeah, nothing comes out. The kick magic again gets you.
He was also going to detect magic, but I guess that's off the fucking table.
Listen, in 10 minutes.
I swear to God, this goddamn bug.
In 10 minutes, that'll fade, and I'll see what kind of headway I've made.
So your plans have basically devolved to looking at the floor because you can't.
He's looking for anything that he could fashion into a tool, like loose stone, anything he could shimmy off.
Yeah.
If there's any like partially rusted metal he could like pry off, like anything that he can. Again, this guy's an engineer, so anything that he can use is essentially how he's approaching this.
Give me an investigation check. I'll keep rolling down the line as you are looking through here. Tahatla, I know you poison sprayed a door. Was there anything else?
I'm putting the D4 on that.
Okay.
He is he's first gonna look at the door, see if he can't even though he doesn't have Thieves tool on him, to see if he can't figure out a mechanism that might work. And then from there, depending on that roll, or how that shakes out, if you will, he's gonna try the wavy signs that he saw your man doing, and see if he can't figure out some way to maybe open this bitch.
Okay, so for looking at the door, all of you would recognize that, I also probably should have mentioned this during your poison spray. I was too busy laughing at the idea of poison that I didn't fucking think to tell you the anatomy of the door, so I apologize, that's on me. But when the door closes, it fully seals, and there doesn't seem to be a knob or even a lock register on your end of the door. It just seems to be a smooth plane of door that you heard click into place, but you don't know exactly how that mechanism works. But from the inside, there doesn't seem to be any control over it.
Okay.
At least mechanism-wise. And for your wavy hands, hit me with a performance check.
Oh, performance isn't one that I can cheese my no movement foos.
You can. You are not moving. That's
That's what's
you can?
but it only applies to I think
Next things?
where'd it go? I just had it.
Or no, it's like persuade or
talking about
perception
steady
and
aim?
something else. No, it's his
Steady
other
eye,
thing.
perception,
Steady
investigation.
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, steady eye.
Yeah,
Because the steady eye threw me too, because I was like, steady eye?
Is it performance or sleight of hand? I don't remember. I'm
Performance.
sorry. Performance. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. You're trying to. It's very
Oh, take that!
Those are two very good rolls. Holy shit!
I swear to
Okay.
God, if you take that away from me, I'm gonna throat chop you.
Incredible. I ain't gonna do it. Well, like I said, rolling down the line. Rolling down the line. Bumick, it gets a little weirdly quiet at one end of the hallway, but what are you up to?
Yeah, after doing my scan of the area, gain lay of the land, I'm going to test my dimensional pocket to my lantern space and see if it still works.
Okay. Essentially trying what you did before, right? Or you
Because I have the dimensional pocket in my shell that lets me access stuff from the
Right. That
lantern.
was how you more or less. Yeah.
My smuggling compartment.
Correct. Your smuggling compartment. As far as you're sure, seems to be working. You could reach in there.
Because I start with just like pulling out a dessert roll and see if it works.
It works.
Okay. Then
You pull out your dessert roll.
I reach in there and pull out my my book, and I begin ritual casting Meld with Stone to meld myself into the stone wall.
Amazing. Okay, awesome. For you, I will need a charisma check. This you're noticing is reacting in a similar way to the very front door when you were first trying to get in, where the stones started to kind of like swirl with you. But you have encountered this before, so because of that, I am going to lower the DC for you a little bit, just because this ain't your first rodeo.
Come on, guys, big money.
Charisma check.
I clicked it. Why is it not?
I heard the click. I just.
Golly!
Nat 2. I didn't lower the DC that much, unfortunately. All right. So with that, we're gonna roll through. It's my fault.
Why? Why do you hate us?
I'm gonna roll through everyone as we work our way through everyone's various attempts. With the silence put down, Victor, you start. I'm assuming just going ham on this wall now that you have an opportunity to make some noise and hopefully not get caught. You watch as the first few blows, you kind of start to see some spidering within the stone wall that you are hitting. It doesn't seem to like crack and break, but you're watching as the impact is registering along the stones. But as you're getting into like your fourth or fifth shot in the combo, you watch as they seem to kind of just spider back in and almost what looks like heals themselves in some way, where the door or the stone itself looks right as it did about 5 seconds before you started. And I don't know how long you plan on continuing this, but you would recognize that the continued damage that you do make does seem to eventually over time kind of reset.
I got 10 minutes of silence, and I might be able to do damage faster than it can heal, and I got all night. I'm gonna go until that silence is about to expire. I assume to no avail, but you never know.
Yeah. On the non-silence end of it, you kind of start hearing, What are you doing? What is happening? You're not. That's not going to work.
You did not. Have you tried to punch the wall with thunderous powers?
I tried to use weapons on the wall, and that didn't work.
Well, that is foolish. Weapons with blunt on stone.
Not the ones. Okay, it's not going to work.
I would assume punching.
Just keep punching. Amazing.
Look at this guy now.
So what's happening for you? It was a lady. I didn't expect that. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're good. That was a lady. Merp, in your silence, you're taking a look around this space. You don't hear the punches that are happening 2 doors down from you, but you do start to see in this space, it is very limited. You have a really, really shitty bedroll. And as mentioned, the shackles that are up against the wall. But from what you are investigating of the shackles in particular, they don't seem to be rusted in any way, but they also don't seem to be susceptible to rust either. Just looking over them, this is a relatively shitty looking cell, but those chains are rather pristine.
Okay. I believe I can drop. Let me just double check. I think I can drop infusions.
Okay. I do think you can. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm just gonna double check. But if I can, he's going to do that and then try to pull some of the scales off of his mail and then try to fashion them into tools.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty
meantime.
cool. All right, that's very cool. You tell him, look at that shit and let me know how it goes.
Yeah, we'll do.
Go to Tahatla. Tahatla, as you are kind of going through the motions, trying to recreate the maneuver that you saw the Mirror Man doing not too long ago. It's probably strange because you're in the silence bubble, unless you like back into the corner, but you can't see the bubble anyway, so you don't even know where it ends. Never mind, it's silent. But as you are going through it, there are like within the first minute or so of attempting to kind of recreate this, you see what almost feels like sparks kind of coming from your fingertips for a moment. They don't seem to do anything to you specifically, but like it kind of flares up a couple of times. And for a moment you see what looks like the door seams kind of flare, but it never seems to like hold. And you are attempting to kind of go through this, but it doesn't quite latch on, but you're having mixed results.
he is grasping for straws at that, and he is all right, it was an up, that didn't do it next. All right, work, fail. All right, let's try this one. Like he is using all of his brain cells to try to decode this
You make it
code.
sound like he has very few. He's not an idiot.
He's using all of them.
All of them are being used right now. But it's a little maddening for you just because like you can feel you're close, but you're just not quite there yet. So your time is kind of taken up just almost kind of doing, you don't even know what it would do, but it's doing something, almost at least. But you are kind of stuck in this limbo. And for Bumic, you, as mentioned, you have been on this rodeo before. There's something infused about the walls of this place. And a part of you is a little surprised that it seems to affect the most important walls, right? The ones where you have to get in, get out here in this prison as well. But as you attempt to kind of work with this stone, you feel it swirling against you. And again, kind of resisting the magic that you are attempting to exert upon it.
Okay. Then I'll put away my book for the moment and kind of go into more of a kind of meditative stance to get a short rest
Okay.
out of.
Oh, it's true. As a warlock, a short rest is fantastic.
Mhm.
All right. I'll just chill out for an hour. Sounds good. The only one who can comment on the noise being made by the clonk is the character who's not here. But no one else hears shit. So Dennis, did you find anything about the magic item?
It's kind of like up to DM rules, because technically I could lose knowledge of it by swapping one. I could die, which would drop it after 9 days. Or I can infuse another item, but there's nothing that explicitly says I can or cannot dismiss an infusion. So
that does sound weird.
It's
feel
all good.
like
If I can,
I think they work the way like prepared spells do. At the end of a long rest, you pick what's infused.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was leaning towards, but I don't. If it's not explicitly written,
I'm not.
we're
It's
kind of
okay.
at the mercy of it, unfortunately.
It was an idea. It's not going to work. It's cool.
No worries.
Did they take all our mundane items too?
Yes. Literally, the only things you guys have are armor and armor. Essentially, you're not naked.
I was set. I had a crowbar. I had a dungeoneer pack.
They left our clothes and left our magic belt or necklace. They stole those.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Joe's not upset with me at all.
Do they?
Oddly, of the things to lose, mostly you just lowered the DC of all my spells by 1, which is not great. You roll high anyway. Every one mattered.
I'm sorry.
Sure. I can't speak because I'm silent. So there's nothing else I can
You
do.
have like 9.5 more minutes.
Yeah, it's just 9.5 more minutes. That being said, is anyone trying anything different in the 9.5 minutes? Otherwise, okay. So I do think after a bit of time, the silence.
Towards the end of the silence.
Yes.
Okay, voice, you may be correct. I have not broken through this wall. What if I were to do a lot of this damage all at once?
I still don't think that's gonna work.
'Cause I'm doing some damage, and it is hurting the wall. But what if I did all of the damage?
Yeah, no, this is where they lock up the people who, fight, essentially. So they made sure that the fighters can't get out.
But I am also magic. So I could do magic and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, a lot of people can, and they also can't get out.
What do you know?
I've been here longer than you!
And can you do a lot of damage with magic all at once?
Yes!
Have you tried this?
Yes!
Oh.
Oh. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to click on that. I was laughing too.
He's a wanderer!
Okay. So I guess I'm not going to cast Shatter at full at my highest available spell slot.
I'm not gonna shatter the bejesus
What if I do a
out
whole
of
bunch of
it.
damage all at once? Maybe I can break it long enough.
But eventually the silence does drop. And Tahatla and Merp, you are suddenly hit with the ambient noise of the space and the vague shuffling of folks.
Ah, finally, I can hear again.
Okay, so
the
you have
kick
been there.
magic. Okay. Hey, is anyone around? Hello?
Yeah,
Hey, do they give us food and water?
yeah.
What time?
I have no idea what time it is.
That is fair.
Alright, that's
There
fair.
is no clock.
Has anyone seen any ventilation shafts in here?
Has
No,
anybody
what?
seen
No.
describe person that we were looking for?
Ooh, okay. Persuasion again.
Oh, goddamn it, Foos. The worst.
That was
Maybe.
gonna bite you in the ass eventually.
A lot of people come around here.
Okay, but
We're
you said
trying-
you have been here a long time, so you have seen all the people down here.
Safe.
Not necessarily. They tend to grab people in batches depending on who's going in.
Going in where?
What?
Where are we going in?
The arena.
Oh, this is other place that Ghost Child's sibling said we would find person we are looking. This is good. This is fine.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. They do not just kill you because you have been here a long time.
Well, if you die in the arena, they're not gonna like
I
bring you
will
back.
let you die in the arena. That is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. All right. Rather confident.
All right. It sounds like we will have to fight in the arena. Will honestly be enjoyable, most likely. So we should sleep so we are prepared for this. Then I'm gonna lay the fuck down and like conk out in the next like 90 seconds.
That's actually the wisest thing he said. I still want to get out of here though. Do these gates have keyholes?
No.
Perfect.
We get to the next morning and it's weird. Nobody asked if the doors were locked. They were just open the whole
I know,
time.
right? Just close you to perfectly regular door.
So no one's seen
You're
any
starting-
ventilation shafts? Any windows?
No windows down here.
How do they get air down here?
I don't know.
Magic.
I'm pretty sure most of this is some kind of magic infusion anyway.
Hmm. Do you have any friends that would want to see where you are?
Someone put up that silence thing again.
Sean, take a nap. I think when you say that, there's kind of like a cacophony of voices like further down the hallway. You're like, yeah, could you please quiet down in there? But you kind of see her or hear her pause, and then, I mean, maybe. Why?
I'm planning to get out of here tomorrow morning, so I figured go get some friends. Maybe you have some friends that are, good at cracking skulls.
Oh. Most of my friends are not like the skull cracking kind, but
That's
I have a couple
unfortunate.
friends.
They have a couple names.
Yeah. Roll me a persuasion check.
No.
No, you're good. You know what? It's not important to me. Don't tell me your fucking names.
I don't know why I rolled that advantage. I don't have it, but so that's a natural.
It's not a natural one because you have a -3, so that was a
Oh, never
natural
mind.
4.
Okay, I was gonna say that should be a
for a
negative
total
2.
of 1.
Yeah.
As you ask, there's kind of a pause and then. Yeah. I don't know exactly who you guys are, so who's to say?
All right. Hopefully that
Right
Minotaur's
hand
still in
jutsu.
town. He was pretty handy. He just goes
Well,
to sleep.
Good luck, if and when you do. But, is there anything anyone else is doing other than resting?
Anyone see any ventilation shafts?
For the last time!
Are there
No!
any boxes that looks like they're just randomly stacked here that we can solve this paper way out?
Yeah, you know what? There's a cardboard box in your room. just
Where
hiding
did he
there long
go?
enough.
This keeps
but
happening.
within each of your cells, you can rest. It's certainly not a comfortable rest for some of you, at least. But against the stone floor, it's a little bit cool, but not impossible to rest upon. You do have bedrolls in there as well. But as your rest progresses, there are 2 or 3 moments within the time in which you are here that you can hear some shuffling throughout the hallways of this space. A few doors opening and a few people being led out of their cells. There's not a lot of conversation, and what is spoken just seems to be kind of almost like a confirmation of some kind, or a mention of the time having come or something similar to that. But otherwise, your end of the prison cells are quiet. And unless anyone is trying nonsense, which Rev, what's up, man? What are you doing?
So at the hour mark of short rest, my eyes will go gray again because I get that back at a short rest to see within 30 feet. If there is no guards or looking people within the hallways, I am going to dimension door into Merp's cell.
Amazing. Hit me with a charisma check.
Hit me with your best shot.
Every time I've asked you for a charisma check, you roll terrible. You have
Terrible.
You have a good bonus. It's just always like 4.
Yeah, it's my best stat.
Come on. I said 4, and it was a 4.
That was your DC, right? That's why you said 4.
Right, sorry. Yeah, the single-digit DCs, baby. We love them. I'm so sorry, sir. You are finding that this space is like infused in more ways than one. And considering who they perhaps have locked up in this space, it's likely every precaution has been taken to ensure that escape is difficult. It's not impossible, and I think Bumick at this point is getting a little frustrated just because like he's felt this resistance more than once, and it just doesn't fucking work. You thankfully do not lose the spell slot. However, you do not leave your room, your cell. I think everyone would hear just like or like even feel in some cases a bit of arcane magic being conjured, and then it just kind of fizzling out.
Throw the rest of my spells. Okay.
I just want to verify real quick. The extra 30 minutes of like trying to open the door did nothing, right? I assume that was the case.
Yeah. Your the performance was more or less how that was going to go for the time. Yeah.
And that was after the short rest, right? That he tried. Or was
You make yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I had to get my spell slots back.
I wasn't sure if we all got ours back.
No. Short rest.
Short rest. Yep. The
Long
beautiful
nap.
warlock life.
Warlock life.
I gotta fashion tools into my armor going forward. Never having this happen again. Well, I didn't think of this in the first place, honestly.
Well, I will use hit dice to get my health back from that short rest, and
Yeah.
then I get go into long rest mode in hopes that.
What if I hollow out one of my horns and stick them in there? They'll never know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a straight up infusion that lets you put tools in your armor.
That is absolutely true, Count Peace. Nobody ever takes knock. It's like, remember good old knock?
Listen, it's not available to
Well,
me.
the problem with knock is everyone knows you're
Everyone
leaving.
knows. Yeah. Guys, I made it out.
Really, I can make it quiet. I just need one y'all to have knock because it's not a cleric spell.
It's verbal only. Yeah. It is.
Well, yeah. You put silence down the hall so the sound can't echo through it.
Yep. No, it's amazing. Amazing. But if anyone else does anything, let me know. But otherwise, your team is left undisturbed for over 8 hours, to the point where you are able to complete a long rest. It's not a particularly comfortable one, but you are able to complete your rest. So make sure you get all of your hit points back.
Exhausted anymore?
You're not exhausted. Oh, no, you're not exhausted anymore.
Oh, I was about
I
to
think
say,
normally-
please.
I was gonna say, normally I would be like a pain and be like, I was genuinely thinking of making you roll a con save to rest in this space. But like most of you are travelers or like disciplined in some ways that I don't really think it'd be an issue. So I was gonna playfully say that, but I was like, I don't think you need that kind of energy right now. So I was about to be like, actually, no, absolutely not. You're good. Your exhaustion is gone. Hit points are back. Oh, I should probably do that for Bert because
Tahala's back at the door. He's back at Magic Hands. And...
back fucking around with the door. Okay, sounds good.
Am I small or am I medium?
You're
Yeah.
small. No,
I'm,
I don't remember.
I think I'm small.
I'm not gonna say. Sorry.
So if I shrink myself down to one more, I'm tiny, right?
Hold on. Okay, you are small. Yeah, all right. I just wanted to make sure.
Hey, get out of here! I'm looking at my spell slots. Just fucking everything
Yeah,
up.
no, I put you back on your tab. Look at your sheet, okay?
Just get out of your sheets. It's a sacred space.
Don't say it like that.
This
Get out of our sheets.
Get our sheets.
The get out of our sheets sounds terrible.
Oh, I get so many things back.
Oh no.
It's
Okay. Also, thank you for advantage, Dubs. I know you can't really.
God damn it, Dubs. Okay. Did we get food or anything delivered by chance?
No, not in the time you've been here.
Okay. The bars, the metal on the door, is it what kind of metal is it? Is it something that he can recognize as like an engineer? Is this like an alloy?
Yeah, it does perhaps look like a steel. Perhaps it looks a little bit different than the iron used for the actual door itself. Also, give your hit points back, man.
I was just about to yell at him for it. I was just
Like,
about to yell.
Look at all these lovely full hit point bars, except yours. Okay, thank you.
So he bandaged himself yesterday, and I imagine they didn't take those off, right?
No, they did not.
Okay, so he's gonna unwrap a few of the bandages, specifically where there's no blood, essentially, or less than.
And that's where he's
and
hiding
then-
his tools.
Yeah, so I have my tools. So he's gonna cut them, and then with his armor, try to get a spark going off of the door, and he's gonna try to gently, just briefly light the bandage that he has.
Oh, set it on fire?
Yep.
Amazing. Hit me with a survival check.
God damn it! What can I do?
All the things you're good at, right?
God, I'm an
Charisma
engineer.
and wisdom.
Survival.
I know. All right, look. No matter what that was a natural 2. That was a 2. Excuse me. That was a +1. There's a part of me that's very relieved that this was not a combat session because the average rolls tonight really bad.
Does anybody have any flint?
More than anything,
Yes.
Murph, you're struggling with the height difference. Because as mentioned, the port is like 6 feet high, so it's hard for you to even like.
Oh, it's stone walls, right? Even better. He'll try to spark off the walls. Yeah, he'll just keep doing it. That's his thing.
Okay, you did hear that someone had flint. I don't know if you wanted to do
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. He's 2 cells down. I have no way of getting it.
I haven't, but all right. Go ahead, give me another check.
Survival again, or do you want to?
Yes.
All right. God, fucking survival's the worst.
Right,
Yes.
hopefully it's more than a 2 this
You know what? Fucking happy birthday, B.
Oh god.
No, did you have a
There we
regular
go.
D20?
Okay, here we go. Jeez. All right. It's a little bit easier off the stone, but it's not. It's sparking, but not in a color you were anticipating. It seems to kind of spark like almost like a dim color. You are getting sparks off of it. It's just something about it feels strange. However, it does manage to land on your bandage. And after a little bit of time and a little bit of frustration, you're starting to see a little bit of smoke rising from the ends of the like frayed bits.
exactly what I needed. He's gonna cast gaseous form because the mechanical components are smoke and gauze, both of which I have on me. So he's gonna turn into a cloud. And I can squeeze through anything.
Beautiful.
All right, Nunners, this is your time to shine, my man, because
Yeah, make me
I think you
clap,
just
dude. Let's
used
go.
your thing. I need you to roll me an int check because
God damn, what?
will
Stop making me roll.
My world.
Come on, I'm so rooting for you. I love this. That's not a save; it's a check. So what would that be minus?
It's a 14 save a check.
It'd be minus proficiency.
4, so it'd be
19.
19, yeah.
19.
You got the D4? You
Does he
didn't
have
get
to
that,
roll
right?
Already. No, I already burnt it on.
think
Who
you
did I
burnt
burn
it
it on?
I don't think so. I think you were trying to use Flash of Genius instead of your D4, and you chose not to.
I thought he did use a D4. He did.
You know,
he
I
used
see it
his
on an investigation. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it was
burnt
on his investigation.
I knew I burnt it at some point.
Gassy redemption.
I mean, it's not though.
It's not.
It was Foozca
Um,
DC is way too high.
20,
Oh,
I
God.
can't.
No, it's
I'm
probably
just double checking something.
Flash of Genius? No, that's for a saving throw.
That's for a save, yeah.
saving
no, I'm
throw.
thinking
Yeah,
of,
it's for a saving throw.
Why didn't you
yeah.
guidance yourself, you fool?
You
That's a good
fool!
point. I should have guidance. God damn it. Does it have any material components? I don't have my spell focus, so if anything
I
has a
don't think-
material component,
I don't think guidance does.
it doesn't. It's just verbal
No.
somatic, yeah.
All right, Nose, we'll give you a chance to have this. Give me a luck roll for that guidance. I will let you know you genuinely only need the luck roll to pass because you just need a 1 to pass. So any D4 will do it. Are you serious?
I can't buy
Oh.
a break.
This team cannot buy a break. What the?
Nope.
How-
Nope.
Okay. My other question is, okay, it lasts up to an hour. All right. As if you are
I'm good,
not
I'm good.
dropping this. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Essentially, what is resisting you though is an instant of an attempt, essentially, and I think Merp would kind of recognize that. Because the spell does last a while, you will likely get another attempt, but you will need to stay as guests and not be able to communicate with your team in the meantime. However, you do get an opportunity for another attempt at this. If only there were a bard who could give inspo. Do you need to see them for bardic inspiration? We don't play with a lot of bards, so I don't remember what the details are for
It
that.
might just be if they can hear you. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
What about a success at cost on this one? I wanted this to
It's been less than
succeed.
2 weeks since I played a bard, and I don't remember.
Oh
rules
my
on that.
gosh. Who knows? Who is to say?
Weirdly, I was able
you-
to see everyone I was trying to inspire at the time. So
Yeah,
it
incredibly,
wasn't
you were all in
relevant.
prison cells. Is there anything else that is while he is gas?
I'm just debating on if I'm swapping out any additional spells.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, it's cool. If I didn't make it, it's
good.
cool. I'll think of something else. But he's just gonna be like, ah! Nothing works in this goddamn place.
Well,
He's
like I
gonna
said,
hit
you
just a stream of
would
curses
get another
coming.
chance in about
Yeah.
30 minutes or so. So if you wanted to stay in the spell and try again, you will get another opportunity.
All right.
But you would need to remain in the spell for that. But yeah, this is just if anyone else wanted to try anything in the 30 minutes that your boy was gas.
And used to.
Your hand shoots.
Performance. And then I'll get to you, Reb. I'm sorry. I feel like we
Okay,
interrupted you 3 times.
Maybe that's
It's not a disadvantage, just a nice flat performance. Is that the exact? No, you rolled 14s last time, right? I think-
God damn it.
No, it's the exact. It's
one better.
literally the- And then your inspiration was a 1. I'm so sorry, Blandy. Yeah,
Wait, bring it in, bro.
unfortunately.
We need a
What
bad luck
is
hug.
tonight? For real? Like these are such
Ah.
terrible rolls. God, you are more frustrated than you were last night. Just sparks are coming out. I would say for this, now that you're not in the silent spell while you're trying this, you are hearing some like noise happen as like the sparks and colors are starting to come out of your fingers, but just can't get it dead on, and it's frustrating. Poor
He
Tyler.
is locked set on trying to figure that out.
Okay, sounds good. That's what he
Does-
doing.
Just because you said this is making noise this time.
Mm-hmm.
Being in
Yes.
the cell next to him, do I hear any slight noise?
Yeah,
coming
you would
from-
start to hear what sounds like almost like a spark, like almost like something about to catch fire, but not quite.
You would all Tatatla would also hear a slight sizzling sound because I've pulled out my magical skillet from my dimensional pocket and I'm cooking breakfast. But I will ask, oh, what are you trying to do? What is that sound?
Stupid. Oh. You can try hand movements. And he'll do his best to describe what he's got so far.
Okay.
If he's telling me to do hand movements, my eyes will go gray so I can see through the wall.
Ooh, nice.
That's
And
so
watch
cool.
the hand movements that he is doing.
Awesome. With the two of you, just because you have a few more eyes on it, both of you roll me an investigation, just to see what you can. Oh God, I think both of you are not. No, one of you is good at investigation. One of you isn't.
I'm not moving.
You're not. I'll give. Sure, go for it. I'll give it to you. Let's go. Yeah, you guys need to fucking win. Let's please.
Oh god, this is gonna be awful.
Yeah.
I can't even accept blame for low
That's what
rolls like I
I
normally
thought.
would. I've only rolled
I hate
once.
it. I'm so out. I'm done. I'm leaving. Good night. Holly kills himself.
Oh no! Cry, baby.
Oh no! Yo, this may be the worst session I've had for my poor players in terms of their rolling success. I'm so sorry. Bimic,
Fails
you are
you?
able to look through and see, and see what he's attempting to do, but you can't quite make out what it's supposed to be. Being a caster yourself, you do recognize that doesn't seem to be a spell of any kind, but whatever it is, you can't quite make out what it is. Tahala, I think you've been doing this for so long that a part of you is like, this is definitely like a specific shape, and I can't figure out what it is. You almost feel like you're like tracing something, but it's just hard to figure out exactly what it is, unfortunately. Again, I think poor Tahala might go mad in this cell as he's just almost there the whole time.
Bimic will just try to mimic what he's doing with his hand.
Performance check for you as well.
Yeah. Oh no!
All right, tonight's canceled. This is too much.
Tonight's canceled.
We're done. What is this?
I don't know. Nenner's crit twice today. That's huge.
You did,
What's
but
my
not
happened?
when it was
You stole
like
all more.
huge. God, oh my God. Okay, insane. Yeah, you are unfortunately just waving your hands around. It's not making any connection here. In this time.
A pancake.
In this time, you kind of hear that voice from before kind of pipe up. Hey, that smells pretty good. Are you cooking?
I think Tahala's just gonna like, now you want to share information.
Oh, yeah, he's making pancakes? What is that? Waffles?
Oh yeah,
Asking about our
pancakes.
friend.
Pancakes. I have a few more eggs left. Yep.
They threw you in here when you had pancakes and eggs?
Look, I'm a cook. I don't leave home without it.
Shit, I wish I were in your cell. Jeez. You hear kind of like a slumping sound as she sits again. But in this time, Merp, you would recognize that you get another shot at trying to squeeze through any space that is here. So, sorry, Joe. Joe, what's up? What's up, Joe?
I just want to ask this nameless person in the other cell.
Sure.
Who is it that comes to retrieve you for the pit? Is it the mirror man?
Oh, to bring us to the arena thing?
Yes.
Oh, no, it depends. Most of the time it's just one of the other guards, but if you're special, you might get someone else.
It is usually one guard.
Per person.
All right. She can't guarantee me the mirror man. It's probably not worth switching spells.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. I was gonna switch spells if I knew he was gonna be back, because I was gonna thunder the shit out of him.
I mean, that spell I still have prepared. I also don't know if hold person will work on him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it says humanoid. He's got the proportions, but he's probably a construct.
That ties up people sometimes, where it's just like, it says humanoid. It's like, that's the shape of a person. That's not wrong, but they're not human.
Listen, whichever answer I need it to be, he will be the other one, because that's how it works.
Yeah. Yep.
Correct. I'm so sorry. But Merp. Oh, you already rolled it. I see it. Holy shit! I didn't hear the fucking sound at all. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Netters, for bringing me some hope in this situation. Merp, as a gaseous cloud that you created from the smoke of lighting your gauze on fire, the second time you just focus as much as you can, and you do find that you are able to slip through the wall here. You recognize that in order to perhaps go into another one, that may be another attempt on your focus to do so. But at the moment, Merp, as a gaseous cloud, is in the hallway.
Yes. Are there any, like, unlock all the jail cell levers or anything like that?
You don't see a single lever.
Nothing. Okay. Excellent.
Oh, so this isn't video game style?
Well, if it is, it's not next to all the fucking prisons.
Are the doors, do they look like I can unlock it from one end? Or is it just...
It does look like you are seeing some kind of, like, apparatus or lock. It doesn't look like a typical lock. There's not a padlock that's kind of hanging from it. You don't see a keyhole necessarily, but it does look like there's a panel that is also made of the same iron on facing your side of the door.
A panel, like, that I can, like, interact with? Or is it something that requires, like, a key or something to slot in?
It does look like something needs to be interacted with there, but it doesn't look like a clear key. It doesn't look like a clear symbol or anything in that regard. Since you were placed in here, give me a history check to see if you can remember how the doors were open. Because you were there when the Mirror Man was... All at advantage. Okay, that's not bad. No, that's not bad at all. But you... I just read Bacon Mage. Amazing. That threw me all the way off. I was waiting for the roll, and I was like, Bacon Mage. But yeah, you were...
teleported, just reeks of bacon.
You remember that the Mirror Man seemed to make some kind of motion with his hand before, like, right where that panel was. That seemed to kind of make it light up for a moment, and that seemed to be what caused the door to swing open.
So it's magically activated. All right. He's going to keep floating down the hallway.
Okay.
Just kind of see if there's anything else he can interact with, or, you know.
You float down the hallway. Every cell here does have a panel on it. You are able to recognize that they all seem to be identical in that regard, at least. But you do see that there are 2 more cells that are facing inwards on this hallway that you can peer into if you'd like, but you are wandering around the space.
Yeah, he'll take like a gander. He'll just fly like at, or float at, the window height, I guess, just to see who's in.
Okay, gotcha.
As he goes. He's only moving 10 feet around, so it's not like he's zipping by anybody.
You're not quick. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. As you are looking around this space, in that first cell that you are closest to, as you kind of slowly make your way down this hallway, you see there seems to be a human male in the corner of one of this particular room. He does not seem to have armor on, and seems otherwise almost like sickly, like looks very, very slim, and just kind of has his head down. But you do see that there is a sort of bright-eyed elven woman who, as you kind of go by, seems to kind of like almost be taken aback for a moment, like fully like shock white hair and sort of gray eyes as she's looking at you. From what you can make out, she looks like she's wearing leather armor of some kind, but seems to be kind of staring at the smoke in front of her. What the heck?
I can't talk, so he's just gonna keep going.
Oh no! Okay, yeah. Continues onward. In the door beneath you, you do see your buddy Bert, who's in there, who's likely still trying to punch at walls. And then as you continue, there's your boy Victor down below. You can also see there. And in the farthest, all the way down, you also see what looks to be another male who is seemingly not in the best of health and is just kind of nursing a wound on his leg, is seated at the moment with it kind of bandaged and a hand just kind of on it. He seems to be asleep at the moment. You looking past seem to notice someone who is dressed rather well, and considering that you are from the city of Kimase Kimane at the moment at least, the attire seems to be regal and of that city, and knowing of course that this has connection to that city. This is likely someone of importance from Kimase Kimane, but you don't recognize them.
Okay, interesting. So we got a royal boy in here who's stabbed in the leg. We have a couple other things. Okay.
I'm sorry. He's not stabbed in the leg. It was stabbed man in the leg, and then royal
and then
man.
him. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got
I'm
it,
sorry.
got it. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're
that
good. You're
sounded
good. Okay. And how thick were these doors, roughly?
Relatively thick. They're probably like almost a foot, but not quite. A little less.
Okay. All right. He's just gonna scout around the other corner before we start doing some jailbreak shit.
Okay. Just going around the other corner.
Yep.
As you go through, there are a few wooden doors that you can't see through at the moment, but and also
Okay.
don't necessarily have any kind of slots for you to look through that
Slide
as
under.
well.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But as you continue going this way, you see that there are two men in the cell to your right side. They both seem to be relatively healthy. From what you can get a glance of, though, one of them clearly seems like a warrior of some kind, perhaps a paladin, but in plate armor at the moment and just kind of seated, almost in like what seems to be a meditative stance as he kneels. The other one looks more like a commoner, to be honest, and just seems to be kind of like slouched in the corner and just resting at the moment. How far are you going? Is this as far as you're going, or are you going any?
Just as long as like reasonable line of sight. If he can see to the end of the hallway and he doesn't see any guards
Yes.
or anything like that, then he'll
Yes.
float back over.
You do
Um,
not.
He does have another. Okay. Wow, no, I didn't mean to judge. Who's gonna be mad?
It's a nubs. There you go, buddy. He was brushing up against my
Aw,
legs.
no, so cute. He's gonna come around the corner and then drop the gaseous form. So he's like his kobold self.
Yes.
He's gonna. Did they take his ring too?
Yes, if it's not armor, they took it.
Motherfucker! He can't get that back, I guess, until he gets the ring back. He's gonna click. Hey, Pumic.
Oh.
I'm out. You want a jailbreak?
Yes.
All right.
How big is the slot?
The where you look through.
Yeah.
It is roughly like 8 inches wide or so, with a few like 3 bars in between or so. So a few inches between, maybe like 3-ish between each of those bars, and like 5 inches tall. Not terribly.
Can I like see him at all? Like, can I look down through it?
Yes.
I mean, he'll jump up and like do like, hey, you wanna get out? Kobold head.
Yes, you are able to see him down there for sure.
Yes. Oh, and I'll push a cookie through. If you eat it, you get 4 temporary hit points.
He's using both his hands to hold because he doesn't have a lot of strength.
Essentially shoves it straight into your mouth.
Thank you. Oh, this is good. Okay, so I have acid spells. I can heat the metal. I can.
I've tried to mess with the stone with my magic. It's resisting it.
I can make you. Oh, you're kind of big. I can make you smaller. Oh, I can turn you into a cloud. Can you get them out?
I've This stone is resistant to what I'm trying to do. I can move the stone away from the walls, but it's not. It's resisting it. How did you get through?
I turned into a gas. It's pretty cool, but it's slow.
If that works, I'll take it.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do some more from the outside.
Hey, you were cooking, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any
Of course.
fire?
Oh, it's a magical skillet. I can get fire.
He's gonna like unravel some more gauze and like thread it through the door. I just need you to light that end on fire and let me know. I'll bring it back and I'll cast the spell.
The Scaly boys are scheming out here. Nonsense. As the two of you are doing this, Tahatla, how are you focusing right now?
I think he's just like, I think it's one of those like when you're mindlessly doing a task at this point because he's just like getting pissed off about the stupid hand gestures. I think he's still trying to do this, and I think he's just like muttering under his breath. It's like, fucking great one sends me on the stupid mission. Fucking, we need to get the damn fucking. And he's just like in that silent rage. But I think he's actually saying it out loud. But I think if anything, like he's unintentionally like trying to reach out to him.
As you boys are scheming, Merp, it's impossible to miss what seems to be a green light show that kind of flashes in that cell where Tahatla is. For just a moment, just like a beam of green colored light comes flying out from the cell before it kind of like dims back down again. And Tahatla, within this very small confined space, you see what looks to be like a transparent spectral rendition of your guardian's face looking back at you, in which case you immediately hear, what was that about the mission I sent you upon?
I think he's like in the middle. He's like, he doing like the kid thing with hand behind his back, like,
But that's where we're gonna end our night. Your main connection. I asked Flanny for a D100. Your low rolls finally helped. He rolled a 6.
It did. It did. I changed tactics.
and he
I was like,
was-
I'm rolling so low. Let's do something that's
Let's
good.
try. Yeah, his commune with his God. I had to use Discord to message Flandy, and he has a cursed image in there that I did not need to see again. But anyway,
I can't believe that's the last thing we sent each other.
I sent each other. You sent it
Yeah.
to me. Do
No,
not
no,
look me in
we-
there. I have nothing to do with that. Absolutely not. Okay. Everyone, please give me your votes for inspiration for next session. And we're gonna go on our lovely little raid and go pass on the love. I think Nubs is hungry. He's giving me so many drive-by postings right now.
Who's the hack one?
I haven't even looked, to be honest.
Girls run these
shit.
wilds is screaming.
Wait, who?
Girls run these wilds.
Yeah, I did see Ava's on that one. I was
Ava?
thinking between them and Dirty, because I never get to raid Dirty.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know how long he'll
My
be on though. How long has he been streaming?
I
3
know
hours?
Girls Run This
Ooh,
World
okay.
just had their intermission.
Okay. So we'll probably go Girls Run These Worlds just because I think Dirty's probably close to ending because it's like 3 hours or so. So we'll keep the train rolling and all that. So we're gonna go raid Girls Run These Worlds because it's been ages. They were like one of the first contacts I ever made on Twitch. They were one of the first few who kind of like reached out to me, and we were like, I got to run a short series on it and stuff. So I love them very much, and they're amazing. So let's go say hi.
Yeah.
And also Ava's on there, and she likes to poke fun at Joe, and that's why we're friends. So part of that is true. But anyway, let's go say hi. Give them some love. Thank you so much for dropping by, and thank you, my lovely cast. It was wonderful getting back into this, and I miss these characters certainly. And Kit, I hope we can have you back on for next week, and hopefully we'll get your computer stuff situated then. But yeah, we're gonna go and go raid. Have a wonderful night, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Good morning.
Bye. No, goodbye.